The GORDIE HOWE International Bridge spans the land border between Michigan, US, and Ontario, Canada. Nearly 30% of all truck-borne traffic between Canada and US passes via the Windsor-Detroit Trader Corridor, making it the busiest commercial land border crossing on the US-Canada border. Therefore, one of the most crucial pieces of public infrastructure is the GORDIE HOWE International Bridge. With a center span of 853 meters and length of 2.5 kilometers connected to the main highways I-75 and 401. The bridge will be the longest main-span cable-stayed bridge in the U.S. The project incorporates large ports at entry with associated immigration and customs facility as the bridge spans international border. Canada government is providing funding for the project with tools to recuperate. The contract structure is availability, payment, public-private partnership. Three Ps, PPP, and the contract value is 5.7 billion Canadian dollars. The construction period is 74 months, and the operational period will be for 30 years. So the main project is the stakeholders are the Windsor Detroit Bridge Authority, the WDBA, the interest of that means the goals is to successfully deliver the operation of the bridge. The compliance with agreement and regulation, that means that it's going to be all under the law. And the initial risk is the cost overrun, or the cost beyond the budget, the schedule delayed, the cost not beyond the budget, the schedule delays, and the stakeholder misalliance. So the stakeholders don't align the goals between themselves. The other stakeholders, the other stakeholder is Bridge North America. It's a private partner. The interest is be profitable, timely, and safe project execution. So the goal is the project to be profitable, to have profit, to be in time, in a safe execution of construction the bridge, meeting contract terms and quality stands. So to hit the quality stands and the quality of the contract terms, to have everything that was planned before. The initial risk are construction challenges. Sometimes it's the time, sometimes it's the weather, sometimes it's to have qualified people to work on this project, to supply chains issues, to how we're gonna have the supplies there. Do the supply that we plan is gonna be enough? Do you have to buy more? The environmental and labor compliance. So G's project is supposed to be more sustainable as possible. So a long period of the bridge not gonna have pier. That means not gonna hit the water. So it's not gonna have a huge social impact, a huge environment impact. The other stakeholder is the government of Canada. The interest infrastructure investment, trade facilitation, community and environmental benefits. So the interest is to be invest infrastructure. So it's going to be good for the both countries because it's going to be good for the infrastructure. It's gonna have a lot of transition, so it's gonna have a trade facilities. It's also gonna be good for the community because can be easier to have tourists coming and going, trucks coming and going faster, and find the environmental too, because the bridge not gonna have a lot of impact in the ocean. The initial risk are the political risk, the public scrutiny. So the public needs to see this as a good idea, as the politics too, the cross-border coordination. So the company needs to agree, have to have an alliance of that to have a good coordination. And the stakeholders, state of Michigan. The interest is improved transportation and economic benefits, as I said before, to have more trade facilities. And that means that it's going to be good for the economy. And it's going to have local jobs creation, more jobs for more people. So the risk are disruption to local communities. So the communities that are already there can feel like their job's gonna be not good for the jobs. The regulation, others. Sometimes the regulation can be a little bit hard to reach these teams, and the environment impact. The environment impact is to has as less impact as we can have on the earth. So that's why it's gonna have not gonna have piers hitting the water. And that's pretty much.
I will talk about the initial risk to the project. First is cost and schedule overrun due to the project complexity and cross-border coordination. Second one is stakeholder misalignment or insufficient engagement, especially with the local communities and indigenous groups. Third one is environmental regulatory compliance is given a large number of conditions and cross-jurisdictional requirements. Fourth one is construction and operational risk, including supply chain, labor, and safety issues. Fifth one is political and public perception risk due to a high profile nature and significant investment. In summary, these risks highlight why strong project management, proactive stakeholder engagement through the compliance checks, and clear communication are essential for the complex, high profile project like GORDIE HOWE International Bridge. The next slide. In the next slide, I will talk about the proactive risk responses. First one is environmental social risk addressed via LED lighting, wildlife, eco passages, and workforce development programs. Stakeholder expectations shift manage to the dark sky friendly designs and community outstretch. And as an outcome, award-winning top ESG performer at P3 Awards in 2020. The second, stakeholder engagement, 120 plus local businesses and 90 plus apprentices engaged. The next slide, I will talk about the key practice highlighted. So the GORDIE HOWE International Bridge project didn't just react to the risk, it anticipated and addressed them through smart design like LED and dark sky lighting, environmental protection, wildlife passages, and strong community programs. These proactive efforts led to industry recognition and meaningful engagement with the local people and businesses, setting a standard for responsible, sustainable, and infrastructure. The next slide, I will talk about the bridge project is widely regarded as being a track of success due to its robust approach to the scope, cost, and schedule control, as well as its commitment to stakeholder satisfaction, risk and quality management, and ethical leadership. And in the conclusion for the Gaudi Howe International Bridge project is a success project cross-border infrastructure initiative with a clear objective to enhance trade, travel, and community well-being. Its success is driven by robust project management, stakeholder engagement, sustainability, and risk management with a well-defined scope, timeline, and budget guiding its delivery. Thank you.